All right, Team Offutt, this is Chief Master Sergeant Brian Thomas, the Fighting 55th Wing Command Chief here at Travis Drive on Offutt Air Force Base. Over here to my side is my wingman and teammate, Colonel Alan Dayton. He is the 55th Mission Support Group Commander, and today we would like to give you an update about Travis Drive. Really felt that was important, as did Colonel Gavin Marks, the Wing Commander here at the 55th Wing. Usually, I would say, we get weekly inquiries about Travis Drive. You know, why is Travis Drive closed? Why haven't we fixed Travis Drive yet? You know, a lot of different myriad of questions and concerns from folks that live behind us up here in Kaufman Heights as a part of the Rising View community. So today I really felt that showing the audience here and really kind of demonstrating and talking through the process for general awareness and some specific details, Colonel Dayton, would probably be valued by the men and women and their families that live here. Before we get into that, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge all the hard work that our 55th Civil Engineering Squadron has done this year. I mean, they have been busy from upgrading the gate barriers, the anti-vehicle barriers, to patching thousands of potholes, to doing work orders in buildings and keeping heat on. They are a hard-working group. But unfortunately, this is something that exceeded their capacity to be able to do the repairs. So, sir, if you could you kind of step us through how did we get here and kind of what's the way ahead with respect to getting Travis Drive back operational again?
Yeah, good point, Chief. So I know the number one question for someone that lives in Kaufman Heights is why hasn't this process already taken place? Why wasn't it funded? And the truth is, it just wasn't something in our budget. The erosion is something that was undiscovered until July, and it became something of an emergent request process. We're working through that. There's 8 steps. We work with the Air Force Civil Engineering Center, and we're on step 3. We are confident we're going to get to the 8th step, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Right now, what we're sitting on is understanding the level of damage, and so we need to procure a design report. It's called a planning charrette report. And when we get that report, which should take a couple of months to complete, we can then get into construction. The good news is Air Force Civil Engineering Center assures us the funding exists once we get the design complete. And so I'm confident we're going to get to a new Travis Drive in FY20. We just have to complete the steps.
All right, sir. I will tell you, a visual representation is pretty powerful. So for everybody watching the video to kind of understand the depth of both the damage as well as why we have deemed this road unsafe, I'm going to kind of bend down here and show you. This is only one of many, many holes that kind of goes up just a little bit beyond where those cones are behind me. So, sir, let's go ahead and just kind of show the audience, if you will, just how deep this hole goes. And if you can kind of tell them, how deep is that?
42 inches.
So 42 inches, almost 4 feet of a cavernous hole that exists under Travis Drive. And so clearly, once the commander and I became aware of that, via Colonel Dayton and his team, we could not in good faith and conscience allow men and women and their families to continue driving on Travis Drive. Now, I will publicly acknowledge that has created some hardships for the families and our airmen and sailors and soldiers that live up in Kaufman Heights, because it has created a single point of entry and a single point of exit. And sir, I know we've explored different avenues to try to give the residents of Kaufman Heights an alternative to just a single point entrance and exit. Can you talk a little bit about what we looked at?
Yeah, we've thought about trying to do a different exit out of Kaufman Heights, but there's a lot of force protection concerns on that. We've also thought about an alternate entry just to the rear of CDC 2. Unfortunately, that's going to cause even more erosion if we were to try to do a construction project like that, and the timeline would be equal to what we have here on Travis Drive.
Thank you, sir. And I, like I said, I understand that this has created some hardships, but the commander and I are confident that we will get that design right, get the funding from the Air Force, and likely begin construction towards the latter part of 2020. But with that said, it's going to take time. And I continue to ask and appreciate the patience of those men and women that live in Kaufman Heights, and just want to say thank you for that patience. So as we get to the end of 2019, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about all the hard work of the men and women here on Team Offutt, whether you're a member of the Fighting 55th, you're a member of U.S. Strategic Command, 557th Weather Wing, or the 595th Command and Control Group, or one of our other 50-ish mission partners that are on this base. I will tell you that the work that is done day in, day out by the men and women working on Offutt Air Force Base and the support that those families give is vital to our nation's security and national defense. So thank you to everybody that is contributing to that cause, and have a good day.